Some more about the relations between the US and Mexico and just how good are they today?
Well, this visit's quite a turnaround. People remember in Trump's campaign in 2015 and 2016 for presidency, he was really bashing Mexico and Mexicans. He made this very infamous comment saying they are rapists. They come as immigrants and as many criminals. However, during his administration, he hasn't hit Mexico as hard as some feared. I mean, there's still a huge amount of trade, about $500 billion worth every year. He hasn't really deported Mexicans in that significant numbers, in fact, less than under President Obama. And he has built the wall, but some of the wall, but it hasn't really changed the situation. So Lopez Obrador was under criticism here for going there. Some people saying he shouldn't visit Trump, who disrespected Mexicans, and some saying if he went there, he should make really hard comments defending Mexico. But I think Lopez Obrador kind of looked to the kind of realistic politics, the diplomacy of protecting this relationship and protecting these interests. They also have a bit in common, really, President Trump and President Lopez Obrador. They're both populists, one a right-wing populist, one a left-wing populist, and they both really value the kind of sovereignty in nation states.
Now, Johan, we have in recent days seen somewhat of a change on that border between the US and Mexico, with Mexico putting in checks on people coming from the US side in due to COVID-19. Give us an update on the situation in Mexico when it comes to this new coronavirus.
So, we're now in a peak of the pandemic, maybe, or it's been kind of carrying on. We hope it's the peak and it won't get any higher. We're living here in Mexico City with the kind of levels that Europe was living in 2 months ago and a high death toll. However, it hasn't overwhelmed the hospitals here. It kind of built up a bit more slowly. There was some preparation. We're kind of living now in a partial lockdown with people wearing masks on the street, kind of certain social distancing, certain things reopening, but still a lot of fear and a lot of people dying. And the death toll is now top 32,000 officially in Mexico. Unofficially, it could be as high as double that, and higher than the levels in many European countries.
And meanwhile, Johan, there are one sector is said to be profiting from it. It's the drug cartels.
Yeah, the drug cartels have been doing rather well selling certain drugs to the United States still during this. So a lot of people under the lockdown have been suffering anxiety, and addiction problems have got worse. So we're now seeing an uptick and record deaths of heroin and crystal meth in certain US cities, and the Mexican cartels are supplying those. We've also seen some very strange things here. Some of the drug cartels have been handing out relief. A lot of people have been suffering economically because of the shutdown. So drug cartel operatives with machine guns have been handing out packets of goods to people who have been lining up and trying to make themselves look like these benevolent godfathers and kind of winning some PR amidst all of these problems.
Okay, Johan Grillo for now. Thanks indeed, Johan Grillo there, our correspondent coming to us from Mexico City.